welcome back to the Spilt Milk Podcast. We hope you enjoyed episode 2. We're just going to get into episode 3. Cannot wait. I'm waiting for this for ages. Men financing the lifestyle of a woman.
What's everyone's thoughts?
I think let's give people an insight into what has sparked our conversation on this today.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So, Shasha, who is an influencer, but she's in a girl group. She was doing a question time on her Insta, and somebody asked tips for a man moving to a woman like you. And she basically relayed a story about a guy who messaged her on the back of a meme that she put up that said, "It's always what you're doing and never what Chanel bag do you want?" Off the back of that, he told her he'd get her one. He ordered it, sent it to her. She got it. Nothing ever even came of it. Then moving on, she then basically spoke about someone asked her, "Do you think everyone should be 50-50 in a relationship?" And she said, "Hell to the no. I will not be paying for any outings, no nails, toes, laser treatment, facial, hair appointment, lash extensions, new bags, shoes or clothes, no bills, and he will not have to cook, clean, or suck his own. For every 10 times he treats me, I will treat him once. I could not date a man who is comfortable with me spending 10p. If I'm financially taking care of myself, I will do that single without the stress of a man."
She then went on to clarify what she said in a live. And in the live, she said something along the lines of, "I pay for everything on myself when I'm single. Why would I get into a relationship and continue having to do that? That is now the man's job."
Okay.
So that's where we're at with that. I think it's
the 10p bit.
downright.
Honestly, the 10p I was thinking,
I
you
would
can't even
not
buy
be
a
with
Freddo
a
for
man
10p no more.
who is comfortable with me spending 10p.
That's a plastic bag.
Listen, I think it's disgusting.
It
I
ain't
think she
even
should be
the
ashamed of
big
herself.
bags. The big bags are 20p. Get into that.
Listen, you've
The
even got
thick
the pound
bags.
ones.
Stop.
Let's not.
That is so wayward.
I think that's such a high... I don't want to say unrealistic because there probably are men out there that are comfortable to fund and support your lifestyle.
It's called a sugar daddy.
But I think for me personally, I'm a very independent person. I don't want anybody to turn around and say, "Oh, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have." No.
Yeah.
That's not happening today, tomorrow, next week, never. It ain't never, ever happening. So for me, and I think especially with things like eyelashes, nails, I think if my man offers to pay, I wouldn't say no. But I'm not expecting him to pay because what? Is he expecting me to buy his clothes? Is he expecting me to pay for his trims? Is he expecting me to... It's unrealistic.
Well, first of all, lashes, nails, they're not a necessity.
No.
They're something
They're a
that you
luxury.
choose to have to look nice.
Yeah.
Why should a man pay for... Why do you expect him to pay for something that you don't necessarily need? And I think to give a man that much power over your life, you are saying that you want him to finance your whole existence. Do you know how much power that man will hold over you if he funds your life?
But then again, it depends how smart you are because he can be funding your life because it's not to say that she's not secure in the bag. So her money could be going towards other things, whether it's savings, a business, whatever. So I understand that he's definitely still going to have a sense of power. But if she chose to leave tomorrow, she's still got something to fall back on.
I mean, mentally as well, the mental power of funding your life. If I knew a guy was financing my life, I feel like he wears the trousers in that relationship. Yeah, I could be stacking like behind the scenes my own money, but I feel like, I don't know, like if he's paying for the things that I want to wear, does that then give him the choice to say, I'm not letting you wear that. If I'm paying for it, you aren't wearing that. You can wear this.
That's where it gets sticky then. That's because now that's a sense of control. Because if somebody's coming to you and saying, "Oh, you can't wear that," that's very much like my mum wouldn't turn around to me now and say, "You can't wear that." Like I am my own person, and I think as long as it's respectful, and especially for those women that dress a certain way anyway before they're with a man, for then that man to now say, "Oh, well, you can't wear that," but when you met her, she was wearing that. That's then. Yeah, that's that sense of control that, it's a red flag.
I don't know. I'm confused about everything she just said. I admire her honesty though, because if that's what she wants, then go for it. And any man that gets with her
knows what
they
he's
should
getting himself in
absolutely
for.
know what they're getting into, and they cannot complain. Yeah, I just feel like if that's you, then do you, whatever. If that's what you want, that's fine. But very wayward, very backwards, very wild. I can't. It's the bit about I couldn't be with a man who's comfortable with me spending 10p.
That's crazy.
Where's the independence? There's just no independence there
I know,
at all. Like,
it's just too.
So when you go to the shop for him, say if you're at his house and you're chilling, you know, he's working from home, and you think to yourself, I'm gonna cook us dinner tonight. I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna get us some food in. Do you then say, can I have some money to go shop? Because I've been in that situation where I was seeing someone and I would make us dinner if we're both working from home. I think, yeah, I'll do something nice, make us dinner. He's working hard. I'll go and get a shopping. But I would never say,
can I have some money?
Can I have some money towards the shop? Like
you owe me for the shop.
By the way, I've made you dinner, but the ingredients were 30 quid. Like, are you joking me?
It's too much. I think it's too much, and I think it's unrealistic. Like, it's crazy for you to literally expect someone to just pay for your life.
And it's an unrealistic pressure on men. Like, let's be
realistic. It is unrealistic pressure on men.
I genuinely feel sorry for men that attract those sort of women, or who encounter men or female, actually, because there probably happens on both sides. But I genuinely feel like there's a pressure on men when it comes to having money and being able to provide for your woman. Because as men are providers anyway. Like, you would look for your man, if you're with a man, to be like the leader of your household, to almost be the one that somewhat does wear the trousers. Even though it's 50-50 and it's a partnership, you still do have the person that kind of takes the reign and takes the leads of a situation. And I think for men, it's very unrealistic in the world that we're living in. Like, they're supposed to be getting a footballer wage and treating women like princesses, but then what do they get in return? For me, I think it should be 50-50. Like, if I had the money to treat my partner like that, then by all means I would. That's something that I'm doing from the kindness of my heart. I now shouldn't expect it. There's certain things that I expect like respect. Do you know what I mean? Trust, honesty, loyalty, financial support,
kindness.
Yeah, do you know
bring
what I mean?
some kindness into these relationships?
Yeah,
please,
literally.
because no one's kind anymore.
Yeah, all of these things that actually
people aren't with people that they actually like.
No,
right? Let's
for
just
what
get
they've
into
got.
that.
It's to show off on the gram. This is my boyfriend. He's a footballer. This is my man. He's a rapper. This is the bag he got me for my birthday. He's cheating on me with like 3 other side chicks, but this is the bag he got me.
It's pathetic. I can't even. It's just crazy. It's so unrealistic, this standard that your man needs to get you like a Dior bag for your birthday and some Gucci sliders and then a Chanel purse.
It's always something designer now.
It's always something designer, and it's just so stupid. Like, even that post that I put in the group chat the other day with that girl, and it was her birthday, and she had all them presents on her bed, and it was just like normal bags, like H&M, like it was like normal shopping, normal mainstream high street shopping bags, like, and people were commenting like, what, not even one designer bag on the bed. And it was just like,
but it's the people commenting, can you afford it?
Honestly,
exactly.
And they were,
and
the couple was like 18, 19, and I'm like,
that
are you
probably
serious?
put a hole in his pocket at that age.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because all of that on the bed probably amounted to a couple hundred anyway.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's the effort that he went to. Do you know what I mean? With doing like the rose petals on the bed and setting it out and actually going out of his way to make his girl feel special. And it's not about what it is. probably for her, it's about the thought that counts. That
Yeah.
he's gone out of his way, and for me, he's now shown me that he cares and he loves for me. So now these people trying to come and, do you know what I mean, just piss on this girl's parade. That, I'm so sorry. Who are you? Let her enjoy her moment. Let her enjoy, like, do you know what I mean, the time with her man. Just keep it moving.
But I feel like as well, if a guy was buying me loads of designer stuff, loads of presents, spending all this money on me, it would make me feel a certain type of way. Why are you doing it? Number one. Why are you doing it so often? That's what I'd question. Like, why every single week is there a new designer bag? Like, I don't know. I'd question it. Are you guilty of something, or are you expecting something from me? I can't
what do you want in return?
in that way. I can't buy you all the designer gifts in the world back. So, and then also, I would feel like, I don't know, I owe you. I'd feel like I keep owing this person and I can't, and I'd feel inadequate. Like, you're on a level that I'm not at yet. So
No, I know.
I just think there's no balance there. On the other hand, if I was with somebody that was not doing a thing, and I don't mean designer, I mean like little
Anything.
acts of kindness, acts of love, I would be concerned as well. Like, there has to be some kind of balance there.
Neutral balance, yeah.
Yeah. No,
and I think that's what
agree.
it is. You don't need to spend so much money on your partner to show them that you love them, because that, what, going off the back of what you've just said, I felt like if my partner was buying me designer bags every other week or so often, like you said, you would question what for. Then I'd be saying, secondly, like, why don't you take this money and put it into a house? Let's get a house. Let's buy a property overseas. Let's have something, start a business. Let's have something that we can attain, because these materialistic things are going to die out. Like that Louis Vuitton bag that's in fashion now, it's like the iPhones. New iPhones keep coming out, keep coming out. So iPhone 6 now, it's redundant. Do you know what I mean? If you've not got, let's say, the iPhone 11, anything less than that, you're not deemed as, do you know what I mean? People are now looking at you funny, like, oh, you've got an old phone. Do you know, not the fact that you've got an iPhone, it's the fact that, oh, you've got an old iPhone. Oh, you've got the old Gucci bag. Oh, you've got the old Balenciagas. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're back there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, wow. Everyone's really trying to keep up with the Joneses and live outside of their means. And that's where people are going wrong, and they're getting in debt, and you're having the financial pressures of men financing cars to impress these women
that don't have it.
You're now in financial debt. You couldn't even get out a mobile phone contract if you wanted to, because you've missed your car payments and now you're blacklisted.
And the worst thing is, you can't even say to the girl and, you know, offload to her how you're feeling, because she's going to laugh in your face. If you say to her, babe, I can't do that date this weekend because I've missed the car payment on the range that I picked you up in, so I actually don't have the money to take you out, she's going to be like, bye, and she'll go to the next guy.
Yeah, that's the you problem. And especially if these men and women are doing it at the start. Do you know, like, when you're trying to, like, obviously you're getting to know somebody and you're trying to impress people, a lot of people do splash out and do the most, and then they get comfortable, and it's like, I can't afford to keep doing these lavish things. And now the person's like, oh, well, this is what you started off with. We
just
started
like
off going all these nice
Deborah.
places. Now we're doing up Nando's. That's not working for me. Do you know what I mean? I want to go to Marbella. I want to go to Marbella. I want to go to flipping Dubai. I want to go to these places. But now you're trying to take me to Skegness and Blackpool. That it's not working.
Yeah, it's the blue therapy. It's exactly what happened in the blue therapy episode when what's her name? Deborah. Said that, why can't we do both, when he'd bought her a Gucci bag and then she asked to go to Greece 2 weeks later, and she thought she threw her toys out the pram because he said that, like, I'm building a house in, is it Ghana? I think he's building a house in Ghana, and he's got a house here that he's wanting to get and stuff, and she literally was like, well, why can't we do both?
But I'm thinking, if you want to do both, then you do both.
Yeah,
like,
why can't you pay for it?
Like, what? If you want something, you go out and get it. Why are you now depending on this other person? But watching that blue therapy, especially with those two, it made me laugh. Like, they seem like they are on two completely different pages in life. He's more on about he's had the fun. Do you know what I mean? He's had the designer. He's been there where you buy the quick things and you look flash. He's now thinking about the future. Whereas Deborah seems like she's just living for now. Like she wants to look good because what did it? She said something like, "Oh well, that's something that." Like you need to work towards, like as in getting the house. Like, oh yeah, well that's something that you need to.
She's like, when you've got the house, I'll provide. Provide what?
What are you providing?
What are you bringing to the table? And he made that comment, and she was like, "What? What am I bringing to the table?" And
she didn't even answer. She couldn't
even when it came down to the savings, she was. But don't bring that.
Do you know what? She
on a
acted
public
a lot
platform.
younger. I thought she was younger than 24 because she did not act.
She didn't act 24. Do you know what her mindset? And I said this to someone else as well. Like. Her mindset, do you know what? Absolutely fine. If you value designer over saving for a house, if you want to literally spend your money and like you don't save it, you just want to spend and enjoy life, that is absolutely your prerogative. Don't push that on someone else. Like that is where the problem is.
You're pushing a narrative.
Don't push it on somebody else because that's not what they want.
But I feel like
it's crazy.
That relationship lacked a whole lot of love. Like I was watching it and I thought there's no chemistry here. I feel like I don't see any wanting to work towards the love aspect of this relationship.
No.
All I heard coming out of her mouth was he's not buying
Give me
gifts
what
anymore.
I want. Yeah.
And I felt like he was really trying to hold on to what they once maybe had, and he really wants to work towards their future. She's not there. She's not looking at the future. She wants the now and she wants the nice things. He needs to leave. And he needs to find someone that's going to give him the love that he damn well does deserve, because she's not going to give it to him.
But at the same time, I feel like, like women can be mad when they go on with themselves about wanting this and that, and it is crazy, it's stupid. And you do get a lot of men who say women are gold diggers, this and that and the other. And obviously he wasn't happy with her behaviour in the therapy session, and obviously he wasn't on board with her mindset. But at the same time, like, you defo knew what she was on when you got her.
100%. She doesn't look like somebody that's coming black and white.
Stop changing people to what you want them to be and just go for somebody who's already on what you're on. Same thing with Paul and Choma. You met her as an influencer, so why now are you trying to tell her you don't want her to post? Don't be with an influencer then.
Yeah.
Don't be with somebody who makes money on Instagram and generates their income, most of it, I would say, by their content and what they post, and then be uncomfortable with them posting. People just need to go for what suits them. Don't be with a skinny girl if you then gonna make them thick. Don't do that.
This then goes back to the pressures. I feel like women are wanting to go for the guy that's flashy, and then getting upset when he has 3 other girlfriends on the side.
Exactly.
And men are going for the women that look like models on the gram, but then getting upset when they can't afford to basically
when they
buy
want
them
to, they're expecting to upkeep their lifestyle and keep up with the lifestyle that they need to portray on Instagram for content purposes, for whatever lifestyle content they're creating. I just feel like be vigilant with who you're being with, and don't then like moan about it when you knew exactly like who they were
from the get
when you like got with them. Like that's what I think, and that's why you said like, oh, you didn't feel any love like when you was looking at them, and neither did I. And I just feel like that's probably not what the relationship was based on, was it? It wasn't. It was based on materialistic things and like money and gifts, like. Because she said that, didn't she, when they first got together? It was like gift after gift after gift.
And that's going back to what I said. When you, at the start, when you're doing all of this for people become
you can set
accustomed to things. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then it's almost like a sense of entitlement when you did this at the beginning.
So don't try to stop now.
You're not you can't stop now midway through. Like, this is what initially attracted me. You were whining and dining me, buying me things. Now you're trying to take that out of the equation. No, we need to bring that back.
And again, it's social media. You're trying to impress people with things that you can't afford, spending money that you don't have, like to impress people that only like an image of you. They only like an idea of you.
It's literally a like as well. Like, a like on Instagram is what you are doing this for. Like,
that's what gives you, like, is it the gratification or, do you know what I mean? Like, the verification of, oh, okay, yeah, like, I'm somebody. Or, oh, okay, what, like, I have importance, I matter. And that's what people validate off Instagram likes.
social media is just mad, and
dangerous.
designer is just crazy, and girls placing so much value on men that can buy them expensive things, like, it doesn't mean anything. No joke. It means nothing.
On that note, we did a poll about who should pay on the first date. So initially, it was the choice of a man or a woman, and 89% said men. And then I did, should a first date be 50-50? 63% said no, and 37% said yes. The comments on that were, someone said, I feel like a first date is to show boundaries, to lay down the law, setting the standard to show, which is basically what we've been saying about the fact that if you are setting a standard of the first date being at Benihana's or Nobu, you can't then, well, you can do what you want, but that person might think, well, why is he taking me to Nando's for the second date? Because we went to Nobu for the first.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if that person that you've took to Nobu on the first date is throwing a strop when you take them to Nando's on the second. Because you are setting a standard by taking somebody such a... I mean, that's not always the case, but that's what I would think.
Do you think a man should pay on the first date?
Okay, so I'll always offer, and I've been in situations where I've offered and the man has said, yeah, okay, we'll go halves. And I've been cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a situation before where I've offered on the first date, we've gone halves, and then after that, the next few dates, it's continuously been a half thing. And I've had to question, what is this? Because then he's asked me to be his girlfriend, and I've said yes, but I'm still paying half. I don't mind paying half, but you've not once paid for a dinner yet. So what is this?
Yeah,
because then you're wanting me to take photos of you in the restaurant with your gold watch on, like, stunting. But you're asking me to pay half.
I think, do you know what? I think I did see something in one of the comments, actually, like from the poll that we put up, and someone was like, oh, if the guy doesn't pay half on the first date, he's not really interested.
Yeah.
And that made me laugh because I thought maybe there is some truth behind that. Because I think as an individual, if you have asked somebody out on a date, you are now asking them for their time. And I think if you truly enjoyed it and wanted to see them again, because I think for me personally, if I've gone on a first date and the guy has offered to pay or pays, I'm going to be thinking, oh, like, do you know what I mean? That's actually really nice that you've gone out of your way to pay and we've had a good night. Do you know, but like you said, I will always offer. I'm very much an offering. Like, I will say, I've got my half, because I don't want you now to come to me after the date and feel like I now owe you something.
Yeah.
I don't owe you nothing. I will pay my way in this life and the next. That's absolutely fine. But like you've said, if it is getting serious, it would be nice if you felt special to be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, he's taken me out. This one is on him.
I think in that case, he just didn't have it because he was wanting to see me all the time. And it was getting to the point when I was just like, but am I going to have to pay? Because there was some times when I actually paid for the whole thing. I don't think he had it. He didn't have the money.
But that's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. I feel like then why are you trying to do things that you can't do? Because it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out and spend food in a restaurant. Get creative, chill.
Yeah.
And for me, chilling in a car, having food is a nice date. Like having a conversation, like you said, going on a picnic, going for a walk. There's so many free things.
Get a Tesco meal deal and call it a day.
Listen, there's so many free things that you can do, but I think people are so set on, oh, we have to go out, we have to show the world that we've got this and we can do this. And it's, why are you trying to get validation from people that actually don't give a crap about you?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I answered the question like yes or no, but I feel like yes, I would like the guy to pay on the first date, but I won't pull a strop if he doesn't. I'll pay half. If I said to a guy, can we go, like, should we go here today or should we go and get food? I'm not going to let him pay because I've asked him if he wants to do something. But if someone's asking to take me out on the first date, I'm not going to lie, I will expect them to pay, but I'll always offer on the first date.
Yeah, I would offer, but I would want you to pay. And if you don't pay, I'm going to look at you sideways. Sorry, but I am.
And I think that's how
I'm looking at you sideways because, like, yes, women are independent and powerful. We very much are the superior gender. But men, there's a role that you need to play. There's
Pay
a role
and
that you
play
need to
it.
play and
I
pay.
think, yeah. I think
Pay for the first date, man. It's like it's chivalry. Like,
And I think if
it's
you're asking
nice.
the person out on a date, like I said,
Yeah.
you're asking
Which
them
more
for their
time
time.
you are,
Do you know what I mean?
you
Like,
should
make the effort. Because first
exactly.
impressions count. Let's be realistic. Like, within the first
Yeah.
minute of seeing somebody, you've already kind of formed an idea or opinion of what that
Yeah.
person could be like. And I think for the guy to pay for the meal, it's just that initiative, isn't it? I just think it's a nice incentive to...
And it's a nice first impression.
Yeah.
And I just think it's nice. And I think regardless of whether you want to see that girl again or not, if you've asked to take her out, you should pay for her.
a lot of the men said, been taught the man covers it. Men used to be brought up to provide. I'm old school. Man them should pay. Someone said if a man asks a girl on a date, they should pay as they're asking.
I
to
think
take
a lot
the
of these
person's
people
out.
chat though. People say this, but a lot of people are just chatty patties. Like, they try and be, do you know what I mean? Like the pick me people. Do you know how people say, oh, you've got the pick me? Like, oh yeah,
Not
treat
pick
women
me.
like queens. Oh, I've got sisters. I would never disrespect a woman. Yeah, I'd pay on the first date. You're all chatty patties.
Oh my days,
I'll say it with my
Jordan,
chest.
don't
You're chatting.
even.
You're chatting because
Some of
I know
them
a lot
men
of
that
you.
do too much.
You wouldn't listen if you've paid for a first date and that girl ain't trying to give you nothing up after. I know a lot of you man are moving sour. A lot of you man are moving sour. So don't move like you've done it out of the kindness of your heart. You think you're getting nookie or a little something at the end of it. Let's be realistic.
Someone
Some
said
men
that
are
as
like
well.
that.
Someone said a comment like, I feel like I'd owe them if they paid on the first date.
Yeah, like what I said earlier, you feel like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want anyone to come to me and now feel like, oh, well, I've paid for your food.
Should we go back to mine?
Go back to yours to do what? I've got a house. Bye. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what we're doing today.
No, I agree. I agree though. Some men do play on the whole nice guy.
Yeah.
Of course they
so
do.
much.
They try and sell that narrative and push it.
And they're literally
And it's
they're
like-
the ones that are literally like the complete opposite.
You're the bad apple of the batch that's rotting in everyone else.
What about so like household bills then? So if you're living with your partner, how much are you expecting to pay towards the bills? I did a poll on that. Like, are we expecting men to pay for the whole thing? Are we expecting men to pay half and the woman pays half? So, who should pay for the household bills when you're living with your partner? 100% said man. 100% said the man.
100% said man should be paying.
Yeah. But that's because I didn't do an
Wow.
option of 50-50. I put man and woman. The next one I said,
Oh.
should the man pay for more bills than the woman or should it be 50-50? 81% said 50-50. 19% said man should pay.
You 19%,
but
I hope you bag that man, you know.
But
I hope you
100%
bag
of
him.
people said that no, the woman should not pay more. So everyone said that in a household, a woman should never pay more than the man, either 50-50 or below.
I think it's circumstantial. I do
Yeah.
think it depends. I think for me, it depends on salary.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're earning considerably more, you should pay more because
Of
you've
course.
obviously got more money. Like, if one of you's on flipping 18k and one of you's on 35,
But
you got to pay more, right?
But right, with this situation, if you are earning 18k a year and your man is earning 40, are you expecting your man to cover a lot of your bills? How do I put this? So basically, you chose to earn 18k a year, right? This is the job that you've got. You are settled with this salary. Let's not say 18, let's say 21, 21, 25. You settled with that salary and that is what you're sticking at. Your man comes along now, he's on 40, and you are expecting him to pay for the majority of the bills because he's earning more and you can't afford it and you're upset because you can't afford to pay as much. Is that his problem?
It's not his problem, but I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone, why would they not want to do that for you?
Mm.
If they didn't want to do that, that's weird.
And that's a conversation that you'd have because why are you moving into somewhere knowing that I'm on 18
Yeah.
to 20 something K, you're on 35 to 40, Like do the math. It's not gonna
It's
work
not
out.
gonna work
It's not gonna
unless
work out.
you
Because mortgage
pay
payments
less.
alone, and then you've got gas, electric, water, council tax. If you've got a
Shopping.
car, shopping. There's a lot. If you've got kids, if you've got a pet, like everything's adding up. That's a discussion that you two would need to have. But for me personally, if I'm moving in with my man, it's 50-50. But as Jada said, it depends on the wages.
If you're earning a whole 20k more than me,
then of course I'm gonna
come
contribute
on,
more.
I can't pay the same as you.
What
But
sense
you
does
could
that
maybe
make?
contribute in other ways in the house because you know you're not contributing financially the same.
So like the cleanliness of the house, making
so you
sure
would
it's
take
clean,
on
like additional
Yeah.
roles.
I would. I mean,
I just think
I
that,
think that. I
think
don't
there's just
know.
a lot of reliance, and I feel like a lot of, and I'm gonna say women because it is the majority of women will deliberately settle for earning a low wage
with the expectation,
that they'll meet a man earning more and
who
they
can
will foot the
supplement
bill.
that. Yeah,
and I'm not here for it.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't want that independence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's a big thing for me. That's something that's always been pushed to me. Like, I've always been told by my parents, don't depend on anyone in this life.
My dad
You
always
can
says
only
that.
depend upon yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you're in a relationship, you've got your husband, you've
Yeah.
still got your savings account. Because if he gets up and leaves you tomorrow, you need to have something to fall back on. And I think a lot of people don't have that independence. They don't have that outlook because it's a case of, oh, well, I've got that person and they're providing for me. Nobody's going to be there for you forever. Your man can wake up tomorrow and say, I no longer want to be with you.
Yeah, I'm out.
What do you do now? Because you've got now a house, 2 kids, a mortgage, a car. Where do you go from here?
Afford.
That you can't now no longer afford.
I've seen it happen so many times, and it's that lifestyle they get used to with the husband and the kids and the nice holidays. The man leaves for whatever reason, and they have to downsize. The kids have to change school. The holidays to America, Disneyland, Florida, they're not there anymore because, you know, mummy and daddy aren't together and mummy hasn't got the money to do it. And I just think that impacts then the whole dynamic of that family. Those children are impacted because mummy didn't gain some independence before she met daddy, or in that relationship with daddy.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. I've seen it so many times. And those women have said to me, I wish I'd got my money up on my own or in that relationship, because they can't give the kids that anymore now.
Yeah. Of course, that lifestyle that you once had, you can't maintain it.
No.
And that's the thing. Do you know what I mean? It's having something now that you can no longer afford and maintain. And a lot of people don't like change. So to change from a life of luxury to now you're coming with the rest of society, that's a hard pill for a lot of people to try and swallow and get their head around, because you don't want to go from your big 5-bedroom house to now, do you know what I mean, a 2-bedroom, and the kids are all sharing a room, and now they're arguing all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not practical. It's not practical.
No, it's not.
But it's definitely key to have that independence. Ladies, if you can take anything from this podcast, just be independent. Have your own, whether that's money, like anything, just have your own. Because I think it's very, very important. As quick as things come in life, they can go oh so quick. Like, just as quick.
But that doesn't mean have your own as well, in terms of like, make sure that you can buy yourself that designer bag. Like, stop overexerting yourself to afford such expensive things. Be normal. Like, if you're on a wage that is, I don't know, under 30k, but you're working really, really hard. Say, for example, in London, it's hard, yeah? It's so, so difficult. I use London as an example because we live there. But it's very, very difficult when you're, say if you're earning under a certain amount, say you're earning under 35k, and you've also got the pressures, the external pressures of living in London. You have to kind of fit the mold of looking like you've got this, that and the other. And I feel like as a woman, it's hard. I can't imagine how hard it would be for a man living in London who has to look like he's got a nice car, nice clothes, his own place. Like,
yeah, I think the pressure on men is very mad. I do think it is. I feel like a woman and a man can be the same age and live at home, and there's defo more shame on the man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you saw them with your mum. It's like seen as embarrassing. I feel like there is a lot of pressure on men to provide, like when they get married and whatever. But some men do like that. Like, some men do want to be providers, and they want their woman to literally be at home. And that's
Just looking after
fine.
the house and kids.
But some men feel like that's what they should do, because that's what, like, society tells us. And people like Shasha, who get on the internet with a massive platform, are saying that that's what they want. And then you have other women who are like agreeing and saying that only broke men disagree. And it's just so mad, because it's like, if you are in the same career as a man, you've gone through the same path, you're similar ages, you're on the same salary, but he must miraculously pull more money out of his flipping arsehole than you. How does that make any sense? Like, you're in the same age bracket, you've maybe like done life very similarly, you've gone to uni, you've come out, you've got a job, you've gone in the corporate world, but somehow when you get in a relationship and you live together, he just must have more.
I think there's an expectance of men having more.
He should pay more. He should buy more expensive things. It doesn't make sense. And then that's why you find young men and young boys who are now doing extracurricular things to get that money, to provide and fund a lifestyle that other men and other women are telling them that they should have. And if they don't, it's embarrassing.
And I think that is such a shame to think that, especially young boys feel so pressured to have these things, and they go to the illegal activities and the crime, and they're getting involved in the wrong crowd in order to kind of, I don't know, like, seem worthy. Because it's like going back to what I said in the last episode, where with the song where they're glamorizing, tell me what jail you've been, like, how much money do you have, like, what do you do on the roads? Like, that is something to be glamorized. Like, if your man hasn't been to prison, like, oh, your man's not about it, like, he's not on piss. But really, I'm pretty sure a lot of women would like a man that's coming from an educational background and has the experience of work and has like money finances, that knows what to do with money, knows that, do you know what I mean, how to handle his finances, how to take care of a home, all of these things. That's more practical to me, not what you can whip up in a Pyrex dish. Do you know that if I'm keeping it a book, like, I don't care what you can do with a Pyrex dish or how much money you can make from it. I'm really not interested. There's other ways to make money. And I think because London is so expensive, you do kind of, as a young person, feel that pressure to have a lot more. Because if your mum's working 2 jobs, you're coming from a single parent background, you've got siblings, you're the oldest, your mum's working 2 jobs, you can't ask your mum to buy you those new trainers. You've now got to get it on your own. You're not getting jobs being turned away from JD, this person. But the older on the ends is saying, oh, hold this for me and I'll give you a bill. Oh, just go OT for me and I'll give you £1,000. To a 16, 17-year-old, £1,000 is big money.
Yeah.
It's big money. And that's how they get sucked in. And I just think we as people are not helping with the narrative of not having as much money as what we should. Do you know what I mean? Because it's unrealistic. At 17, 18, you're not going to have big money.
I know.
You're not.
And I literally want to scream that from the rooftops, like, it's not
normal.
It's not normal. It's not normal. No one has that amount of money at that age normally unless you grew with it. It's not normal. Like, oh, it's so frustrating. Like,
you really got to start from the bottom.
That Shasha, sorry, but she's an idiot. Like, why are you coming on the net to say that? It's so dumb. And it's unrealistic. And then it makes young women place so much value on a bag.
It's annoying because she's got a platform as well, and it's the way that she's
using it. Just literally, it makes me so angry. Like, our young girls thinking that a man who got them a bag, like, yeah, then I need to sleep with him, or I need to do what he tells me to do.
I didn't let him hit for like another 6 months, and then I let him hit. That's what she put about.
Oh, it's like, it literally is so infuriating.
Okay, just look how dumb you sound anyway.
You sound so
like,
dumb.
Oh, he bought me a bag, then 6 months later I let him hit. Like, even look at how you've constructed that sentence together.
It's just dumb. Like, break it down.
Are you a punching bag?
It's so
like,
dumb.
That you have no value and pride on yourself.
It
like,
literally
let him
is
hit
so
it.
dumb.
You sound dumb.
She's an idiot. Like, sorry, but she is. Like, young girls, I don't care. If you bought you a Chanel bag, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
Someone who's rich, someone who's a rapper, and buys someone something, it means nothing to that person. This is what I want people to realise. Like, you see Quaver buy Sweetie a flipping Birkin. Do you know that literally cost him? That is nothing to him.
That's
That's
chicken
like-
It doesn't
change.
mean
20
anything
quid.
to him.
That's not
It
gonna
literally
touch his
means
account.
nothing. A man who has money can throw you 5 Chanel bags and still does not care
you
about you.
dirty.
Like, they don't care about you. It means nothing. Like, look at someone's character, how they speak to you, how they speak to others, how they carry themselves, their morals, like
How they treat their
their
family,
beliefs.
how they
Literally,
treat their
like,
friends.
it's just crazy. And if you do want to be with someone and you have like all these controversial views, just make sure you're on the same page with them, like, before you agree to, I don't know, go further with them.
I just think
Yeah.
people are placing their values in the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's more towards the bag and the materialistic things. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if he spent thousands on me, then it means he loves
It means
me.
yeah, it
Instead
means
of
he loves
thinking,
me.
oh, do you know what? I've told him that I've had a crap day today, and I've come back, and do you know what I mean? He's made sure I'm okay. He's bought me
Ran me a bath.
ran me a
Yeah.
bath. He's got me
Yeah.
a face mask. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna cook dinner tonight. I can just
I'd
chill
love
out.
that.
That's what I would love.
honestly,
That don't get me a
that is
Chanel
what is
bag. It ain't gonna do
important.
nothing.
I'm still crying, and the Chanel bag is still sat there. More time if I'm
With
in
my
the bath
tears
and I'm
on it.
relaxed, I'm gonna be more okay.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I'm there now.
Because
I'm
you're
back.
being attentive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Now that for me is love language. Like, you're looking at the little things.
Yeah.
And you're putting them together
Yeah.
to actively do something.
But you're actually thinking about what can I do now to emotionally help her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
instead
crying.
of-
Let me run to Chanel and get her a bag.
Oh, stop.
The
Is that what
tears
you're gonna
are
dry
going on
your
the bag
tears? Is
because
that what
I'm
you're gonna
still
dry
crying.
your tears with?
And that's what I mean. And then it's just such an unhealthy pattern, because the man is now going to think that any problems can be solved with money.
Yeah.
And then when you're a few years down the line and you turn around and say, I'm not happy, he's not going to understand why you're not
Well,
happy.
even going back to the Chanel bag, he's gonna bring that home. You're still gonna be upset, and he's gonna be like, "But I got you a bag, so why are you
yeah,
still
it
crying?"
doesn't get.
It's
They're
like,
not gonna. It's just unhealthy. And I'm not saying that like bags and stuff is not nice, because
Of course
we
it
all
is.
like nice things. We'd be lying if we said we didn't like nice things. Everybody wants to live nice, and that means different to everybody. What's nice to you might not be nice to me, and that's fine. Like, everybody likes nice things, but they're definitely not the most important things, and they're not the most important way of showing that somebody cares about you. And I just think for women, just be on guard with like who you're speaking to. Don't think that because he's took you somewhere or he's bought you something that it means anything. And for men, don't feel pressured. Like, if you don't have it, you don't have it. And if you come across a woman who's expecting you to have it by any means and isn't caring how you get it, then she doesn't care about you. And
Listen,
she's
if
not
you
for
want somebody that's going to provide for you, go get into a relationship with your parents, because that's their job.
Honestly.
or
That
just
is their job.
Go on to flipping adult work, get yourself a sugar daddy, and there you go.
There you go.
Because that's what you're looking for. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, find people who suit you, and stop either trying to change people or put pressure on them to be what you want them
Because
to
they've got no
be.
idea how it affects their mental health. You know,
Yeah.
like these men, I feel for them. Their mental health is suffering because some of
Yeah.
these girls are just take.
And make them feel so inadequate.
In-
And I
yeah.
think it's just,
Yeah.
and then you wonder why men suffer with mental health, and they battle. Like, do you know what I mean? They fight these battles in silence because they feel like, who can I go to? I can't go to the man them because they're probably going to perceive me as weak. I can't go to my girl because she's going to tell me to stop bitching.
And
I
that
can't
I'm
go,
broke,
do you know?
yeah.
And I'm broke. Like, do you know what I mean? So then who does he go to?
And that's why suicide rate in men is so high.
Yeah.
Because
So
they feel
high.
like they don't have people to talk to, and it's such a shame. I think that if somebody can't value you for who you are and what you have, then
They're not
you
for
don't
you.
you don't need to
Yeah.
justify yourself and be with them. If that person wants a Chanel bag, let them get their own Chanel bag.
Let them find someone who's happy
Who can
to
fund
give
that
them a Chanel bag.
lifestyle? Do you know
There's
what I
somebody
mean?
for everybody, isn't there? Literally, there's
100%.
someone for everybody. Shasha wants bags and this and that. She doesn't want to
sure
pay,
she'll
and
get
there
a
will
bag.
be a man who's literally like, yeah,
I would
that
do
is what I want. I want
Mm.
a girl who I can just pay for everything and she's happy, and that's fine. Yeah, I hope that you guys
Let
enjoyed.
us know in the comments if you agree, disagree. Like, every opinion
Yeah.
is valid. We want to know. We'd like to
we want to
read
know.
them.
We won't be
Yeah.
offended.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely
from
not,
it.
babes.
Definitely not.
Until next time.
Until next
Until
time, don't
next
forget to
time.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, you already know what it is.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.